When you're talking about relationship marketing, the little things mean a lot? Not quite true. Little things mean everything. That's a statement I've heard from my friend and author, Harvey Mackay. And you know what? He's right about that, because the little things in life, the little things in business really make all the difference in the world. A while back, I went to a convention of the National Speakers Association, which was held in Phoenix, Arizona. And the property where we stayed was the Marriott Desert Ridge. Now, I've stayed in about 4 billion hotels, or at least it seems like that sometimes in my career, traveling around the world, speaking and coaching. I've seen many really good hotels, and a few, well, I'd rather not even visit if I had to stand outside all night long. But this visit to the Marriott Desert Ridge was particularly pleasant for me. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the way that the Marriott attended to so many things that go into making a week-long stay enjoyable. They certainly have done their homework on this one, and it was a really good experience for me. And yet, it was very interesting that the last night, as I was there and had dinner with some friends who also attended, they were hesitant to echo my praise of the property. No, they didn't have a horror story about the hotel. The comments that they had were about the $18 per glass price charge for some of the wines. Because of that, when I asked the pointed question, as we journalists are prone to do at times, would you recommend this hotel for others? The answer I got back from my friends brought a long pause before they gave me an answer. It's very interesting. It's very interesting indeed, because one little experience or incident can change everything. Tip O'Neill was right in the field of politics. It's all local. He was a Speaker of the House back in the 80s from Massachusetts, and he said that all politics is local. Well, I'd use the word personal. When a constituent gets help from a representative to get grandma's Social Security problem fixed, that constituent becomes a raving fan for that representative. It doesn't matter that others will cite numerous logical, intellectually based reasons why that rep is not worthy of re-election. All that matters to that constituent is that the rep helped his grandmother in a time of need. We take what happens to us personally. As an example, in the current debate on healthcare we're hearing all the time, listen to the arguments that people had, and it's always based on personal examples. They're using what happened to them or, for instance, a relative that they had. All that matters to them is what's going on with that person that they know. Yet what happened to one person who was denied health care for lack of insurance strongly affects the way that a person believes. You can use all the logic and reason you want to support or rail against a particular policy, but that will not matter to most people. The same principle relates to you and me in our business. We can do almost everything right in our interaction with and associate with customers, the way we interact with them, yet if they have one tiny little thing go wrong, a thing that is important to them, they will deride you and say bad things. They'll go on and on about the one thing they didn't like rather than citing all the good things that went right. My friend cited the $18 per glass wine, which she said wasn't that good of a wine, and didn't mention a word about the hot water being fine in the shower, the beds were made just right, the food in the cafes was great, and more. Even though I enjoyed the experience greatly, this one issue mattered to her. Well, here are a few quick points that can help you and your business as you deal with issues like this. Number one, relationship marketing is not always logical. It's about emotions and how people feel. Do whatever you can within reason to make them happy. Even a loss in one area can be overcome with the lifetime value of a customer who will buy from you and encourage others to buy from you. Make it your goal to keep them happy, not convince with logic and reason that you're right. Number two, put systems in place to quickly correct minor problems. This is where the hard work comes into play. Think through those myriad of experiences your customers encounter. How can you tweak and improve them? Develop documented systems that address these important issues. And number three, ask your customers and take good notes to share with your people. This goes beyond asking them to fill out a form. You talk with them. Pick up the phone and chat if they're back home. Don't rely on email or social networking tools alone to find out what they thought. As you probe into their desires and needs related to your product or services, you'll reap a bountiful treasure trove of information that can help you become more profitable. Oh, by the way, after I asked my friend if she would recommend it to another, she eventually answered yes. The experience we all had at the Marriott Desert Ridge was delightful, and I would consider it one of my best. Well, after those 4 billion restaurants that I've been to, hotels, etc., around the world. Find out what items can be adjusted in your business. Find out where you could make minor changes at low or no cost to you that enhance the experience for your customers. Relationship marketing is a wonderful, ongoing process of making sure that we address the people we feel about doing business with us and helping them to feel really positive. Yes, all politics is local. And also, I would add that all customer experiences are personal. Make it your goal to enhance that personal experience in your relationship farming to keep them coming back and ordering more wine at your business. Hey, I want to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and let me know. If you're catching this over on YouTube, please subscribe and share this with your community. We want to share the message of propagating good and building relationship marketing as it should to the world. So your sharing really means the world to me. And if you're getting this over on Steemit, we've got room for a few more upvotes and would love to hear from you. I'm Terry Brock. You can drop me a note here. I'll look forward to hearing from you. And thank you so much for joining me.